In these videos, we're going to look at some applications of trigonometry, and the first one we're going to look at is angles of elevation and depression. We've got a little diagram here to illustrate how they work. So an angle of elevation is from the horizontal, you're looking up to something and that's its angle. So here the person, from their eyes, the horizontal is out here, and they're looking up at this plane at some angle of elevation. You know, maybe it's 45 degrees, looks about that kind of thing. Likewise, if it's going down from the horizontal, it's an angle of depression. So they're looking down at this dog at some angle of depression. Now, I'd say the main mistake people make is that they don't measure it from the horizontal. So they might measure it from the vertical. That is a common mistake. So, you know, say you had your dog, your person here, and your dog here. And if you instead measure the angle in here, you would be wrong. That is not the angle of depression because it's not from the horizontal. So just be careful of that. Always do it as this diagram demonstrates, not any other way. All right, moving on. So with these, the way to do it is to draw it out and then set up some triangles as best you can to solve it. So we've got an alien whose eyes are on the top of their heads, is 2 meters tall and is standing on horizontal ground 30 meters from a tree. The angle of elevation of the top of the tree from its eyes is 28 degrees. Estimate the height of the tree. Okay, so we're told that we've got an alien who apparently has at least one head. It says heads, so it must have two heads, right? And then it's got eyes. Here are his eyes. And there's its body. Your drawings don't have to be too artistic, but take some pleasure in your work. We got ourselves a tree. Okay, let's just change color to draw in some stuff. So we want to draw in the fact, well, we know this alien is 2 meters tall. So up there, we got 2 meters. Then we know that they're also 30 meters from the tree. So this distance here, 30 meters. What else do we know? We know the angle of elevation to the top of the tree from the alien's eyes is 28 degrees. So let's draw ourselves out a horizontal and draw in here, and we got 28 degrees. There we go. So now we can kind of set ourselves up a triangle here. So what have we got? We know this distance is 30. So maybe, why don't we just draw in blue? So this distance is also 30 meters, yeah, for our triangle here. We want to know the full height of the tree. So we want to know the distance here, say h. And we know that angle, and we know that's 30. So we could say get this. What should we call this? Let's just call it x, right? So if you think about that, that's a right angle triangle. So we can do a bit of just normal trig, SOHCAHTOA. So we've got the adjacent and the opposite. So we're doing tan. So we know tan of 28 is going to be opposite over adjacent, so x over 30. So we get x is 30 tan 28. So to do that, I'm just going to use a scientific calculator I've got handy. And what do I get? When I put that into my scientific calculator, I get 50. No, sorry, not 50. Oh, here comes my CAS calculator. I could also use that. Why don't we use that? So, we've got, just make ourselves use degrees, because we're working in degrees. So we're doing 30 tan 28. And we go control equal because we want a decimal. We get 15.95. So we can just write that in here. Meters. So that's x. Clearly my diagram is not ready to scale because this is 15.95 and the bit in here is 2 meters. So yeah, not to scale, but h is just going to be x plus 2, right? Plus the height of the alien. So it's 17.95 meters. Let's have a look at, yep, well, 0.91, very similar answer, isn't it? And that is that.